what we did was we simply raised the arch as high as it would go. And how hard to push? Isaac Newton told us. He said, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So if you take a curved piece of plastic and put it in your shoe, and you're asking how much vertical force should it apply to the human body, the answer is how much are you applying? And
Yeah.
that you could put somebody on a scale and measure their flexibility, because if the ligaments aren't helping, the orthotic has to work harder.
That's genius. Absolutely genius. So would you go through and kind of explain that? Because I know a lot of veterans have ruined feet because of, they're basically just pack mules. They're carrying 100 pounds of equipment and weight, and it's just devastating, not just their feet, their knees, their backs, but it ruins a lot of things.
Well, what happened was I was teaching at the North Carolina Podiatric Medical. When I got off the podium, I was surrounded by uniforms. And I look up and I say, am I in trouble? And they said, no, no, no. We loved your lecture. And we have a third year resident who's been a triathlete for a dozen years. And she's taking a handful of ibuprofen every day to stay out of pain. Let me make an orthotic for her. And I'll make 3 pairs, one for her to run the marathon in, because you use more force running than walking,
Of course.
one to live in, and one to bicycle in. I took casts and they were poo-pooing the whole idea. They said, we've tried every orthotic on the market.
Not mine.
Yeah, not mine, exactly. So I sent her the 3 pairs, and it was 10 days later, I got a call from the chief of podiatry at Fort Bragg. And he said, all right, she's pain-free.